Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is finally breaking out of the symmetrical triangle and we just hit the first major level. Try to not miss the entire move. Let me show you. First, you're going to see that, of course, our triangle is getting a breakout straight towards the upside. Something we were expecting, something that ideally was our plan, and also right now, Bitcoin definitely hit our first very important liquidity level at 116,000 US dollars. As I said yesterday to you, this level is going to be my first take profit on my Bitcoin long position. Additionally, I do remain in my long trade on Ethereum and also on Solana, but of course also I have not fully closed my Bitcoin long position just yet in a case we are going to go higher. However, the reality is, because right now we are trading at such an important level, the only next trade I'm interested in, it is simply going to be a short or a sell position. And later in the video, not only we are going to talk about when we can be looking for a short trade, but also where we can actually look to fire another long position of Bitcoin if the opportunity is going to be offered to us. But right now, of course, with the entire push up, people are getting wrecked all over the place. Pay right now attention to the past 24-hour liquidations. Almost 500 million US dollars completely wiped out and liquidated from the entire crypto market. But of course, because we are pushing higher, shorts are the one that are getting mostly wrecked. Because pay attention right now to our Bitcoin liquidation heat map, something we have been talking about for the past couple of days. And of course also, if you do follow me on Twitter, also right here, 13 hours ago, I said to you, major liquidations coming up, get ready. And this is right now why, because Bitcoin is getting a push up, people are getting wrecked all over the place. But of course, we have been patient. We knew we want to buy at the areas of support and sell at the areas of resistance. This is right now the reason why all of our long trades right here are performing very, very nicely. Additionally, we need to answer a very interesting question. And this question is something that a lot of people are right now asking themselves. Is the bottom for Bitcoin in, or potentially is right now the bear market actually starting? Let me right now give you my take on this, because once we are zooming out on the daily time frame, for sure, we can still talk about a major rising wedge pattern. This pattern right here at the moment is still a valid one if Bitcoin continues higher. That being said, we definitely need to break our major area of resistance at approximately 116 and 117,000 US dollars. If this specific area of resistance right here is going to see a breakout towards the upside, potentially Bitcoin, with the entire push down we have been seeing for the past couple of weeks right here, actually finished the fourth elite wave, and right now we are forming the last push towards the upside for us to then finish the entire 5-wave price structure towards the upside. To be honest, this specific scenario is actually one of my favorite ones, at least as right now, simply because also for Ethereum Bitcoin chart, only a couple of hours ago, we actually hit almost perfectly the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement price target, which could right now mean we finished the first impulse right here, we got a correction for our second elite wave. And right now, if Bitcoin does continue higher towards our fifth elite wave right here, for us to finish the rising wedge pattern, guess what is going to happen with Ethereum? Probably it is also going to get another major pump towards the upside, ideally towards another all-time high, which could also mean Ethereum Bitcoin chart is going to start pumping, which could also mean some kind of an altcoin season might be just around the corner. Of course, we are going to see that if Bitcoin right now is going to continue higher above our major area of resistance at approximately 117,000 US dollar area. And this is right now why I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1.1 thousand likes are really possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Now, let's talk about why potentially we can be expecting a rejection literally exactly at this specific area, and of course also where we can be looking for new trades, where we can actually make money in this specific market. So first of all, what you're going to see, because Bitcoin got a push toward the upside in the middle of the weekend, we formed quite a significant semi-gap. So you can right now see the gap is right now starting at approximately 111,000 US dollars and is going to be formed towards the area of 113.5 thousand US dollar area. So it right now means we do have a 90% chance of Bitcoin feeling this specific CME gap sooner rather than later. So this is right now why potentially we might be expecting a rejection back down, and of course then Bitcoin feeling the CME gap at approximately 111,000 US dollar area. And of course, this specific level is also not a random level, it is a very nice area of support we are going to talk about slightly later. But nevertheless, right now with the entire push up, clearly we can right now see Bitcoin is already taking the liquidity exactly above the high at 116,000 US dollars. And of course, this specific area is really not a random level and is a significant area of resistance if we are right now going to go just slightly higher towards the upside. As we already said before, it is going to be a major liquidations cluster, and already is right now many people, many short positions are already getting wrecked. But additionally, we can definitely talk about another major golden Fibonacci ratio, making it from the all-time high literally straight towards the downside, towards the end of the wick right here, and you can right now clearly see major golden pocket coming in at 117 and 118,000 US dollars. Additionally, we can talk about our major volume levels when we are right now measuring the entire upper price action with volume. Point of control coming in approximately at our golden pocket. So I would say like that, Bitcoin, if of course it does continue higher directly into our major area of resistance right here, is going to hit another major area of resistance. So this is right now why exactly right here I'm going to look for a short position on Bitcoin, and of course also my first take profit is going to be what we said before, our CME gap at approximately 111,000 US dollar area. So we are right now going to see if Bitcoin can continue higher, we hit our golden pocket, we need to wait for some kind of a sign of weakness. So what is going to be a sign of weakness? Of course, if we are going to be forming bearish absorption on our CVD indicator, if potentially we are going to be getting some bearish divergences on the RSI indicator right here, and of course also if we are going to then be zooming in, if Bitcoin potentially is going to be forming bearish market structure on local term timeframes. If we are going to be getting that, of course, we can then look for some kind of a short position on Bitcoin with a take profit approximately at our area of support, approximately after Bitcoin is going to feel the CME gap right here. But also right now, pay attention to our exponential moving averages, because remember yesterday, we talked about that ideally we want to get a bullish cross on the 2-hourly time frame with the 50 and 200 EMA. And right now, this is exactly happening. Bitcoin only a couple of hours ago got a confirmation of an average uptrend on the 2-hourly time frame. 50 EMA is above 200 EMA, which is suggesting an average uptrend on the 2-hourly and also on the 1-hourly time frame. The next step right now is going to be a bullish cross also on the 4-hourly time frame. However, I would say if we are right now going to go higher, we hit our golden pocket, of course probably we are also going to get a bullish cross right here in the next couple of hours, in the next couple of days, also on the 4-hourly time frame. And this is of course also going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. Why potentially after some kind of a rejection we can still be looking for a buy position at the area of support. So what is going to be this specific support area? Of course, first of all, as we said before, we need to feel the CME gap right here, and then we need to pay attention towards our very important golden Fibonacci ratio. First golden pocket coming in at approximately 110,000 US dollars, with the second golden Fibonacci ratio from this specific low back towards this specific high coming in at 108,000 US dollars. So this specific area, for sure, we could be looking for a long position of Bitcoin after, of course, we potentially get some kind of a rejection at our golden Fibonacci ratio. And this is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN with the second link down below right here, because BTunix Exchange is right to giving to you only to the first 200 users after they register and after they open their first trade completely for free 10 USDT. Then make sure you deposit, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus, but also the more you're going to trade, the bigger bonuses you're going to get. So make sure you click the second link down below, no KYC, no VPN, you register, you deposit, and simply you claim your very nice bonuses. Additionally, let's right now talk about why those specific golden Fibonacci ratios right here are such important levels, because really I am not talking about random levels. The first golden pocket is coming in at 110.5 thousand US dollars, and of course it is not a random level simply because we need to talk about our anchored VWAPs. So what we are right now going to do, we go with our anchored VWAP and we anchor it exactly at this specific low. The anchored VWAP is probably going to continue curving towards the upside and align with our first golden Fibonacci ratio. Additionally, we need to right now measure the entire bottom price action with volume, where we are right now going to see point of control is coming in approximately at our golden pocket, but also the value area low right here at 109,000 US dollars, it is going to align with the second golden Fibonacci ratio. So right now I would say like that, if Bitcoin does get a rejection back down at the area of resistance of approximately 118,000 US dollars, of course here we can be looking for short positions, but of course at the areas of support we can be looking for long positions approximately at the first or maybe the second golden Fibonacci ratio. Both of those levels are very, very important ones, especially because if Bitcoin does get a push down, we are also going to feel entire CME gap at approximately 111,000 US dollar area. Additionally, pay right now attention to the RSI indicator on the 4-hourly and also on the 2-hourly time frame. But additionally, we are going to go with the MACD indicator on the 4-hourly time frame, because what you're right now going to see, we are clearly being in the overbought area. This indication is a bearish indication of Bitcoin and is definitely telling to us be slightly more careful where we are trading as right now. Additionally, the MACD indicator is getting a bearish divergence right here. You can see higher highs are being formed on Bitcoin, lower highs on the MACD indicator, which is going to be a regular bearish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame. So this is right now why we definitely need to pay ourselves with our long positions on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and also on Solana. And definitely, if we are going to right now get some kind of a sign of weakness, I'm going to look and fire a short position on Bitcoin at approximately 117 and 118,000 US dollars. Additionally, pay right now attention to the Bitcoin returns in the month of October. Finally, right now, we are back in green, which is actually very, very nice, especially knowing that the monthly candle is going to close literally in the next 4 days. Let's see. And of course, also ideally, we do close our monthly candle in green. That being said, potentially, the month of October is definitely going to be a green month for Bitcoin. So right now, the plan, of course, is staying very, very simple. Look for short positions at the areas of resistances. Pay yourself at the areas where we are as of right now. In my opinion, is definitely a smart idea, simply because we are already trading at some kind of a very important level, but also I am not getting right now to bearish. And overall speaking, as I said before to you, my main plan is going to be that Bitcoin is right now, of course, still forming the 5th elite wave, so potentially we can still be looking for another all-time high literally in the next couple of weeks. This is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free trading bonus with the stack link down below. No KYC, no VPN, you register, then you deposit, because you're going to get some very nice bonuses. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.